If you're sticking around Lamorinda for the 4th of July weekend, you've got options. Between parades, fireworks, outdoor theater, food trucks, and live music, this might be one of the busiest weekends of the summer without ever needing to leave town. This is Lamorinda Life. I'm Rajiv, and every week I put together a curated look at what's worth checking out around Lafayette, Moraga, and Orinda. This week is really all about the holiday weekend. We've got 4th of July celebrations in both Orinda and Moraga, a few great community events, some live music, and a couple of summer traditions that are easy to overlook if you're not paying attention. Let's start with Thursday. One of the best recurring summer events right now is Thursday nights in Orinda. If you've driven by the community center lately, you've probably seen it. Food trucks, families spread out on the lawn, kids running around, and live entertainment in the background. It's one of those events that's less about any single attraction and more about the atmosphere. If you've got friends in town for the holiday weekend, or you're looking for an easy dinner plan, this is a good one. Later that evening, Siesta Valley Bowl has the Breaks and the Headhunters playing live. Siesta has quietly become a really interesting addition to the local entertainment scene. It's not every day that a bowling alley turns into a live music venue, and they've been bringing in a surprisingly eclectic lineup of performances. On Friday night, Town Hall Theater is presenting an encore performance of Prisontown. If you've been meaning to see it but missed the original run, this is your chance. What makes this one particularly interesting is the post-show discussion, which adds a little more depth than a typical night at the theater. Then we get to Saturday, and that's really the centerpiece of the week. Orinda starts early with its annual 4th of July parade. This is one of those classic community traditions that feels very Lamorinda. Families line the route, local groups participate, neighbors run into neighbors, and afterward, the celebration continues with food trucks and community activities around the community center. If you're looking for the bigger, all-day experience, Moraga Commons is the place to be. The town of Moraga's 4th of July celebration has become a summer staple. You'll find family activities throughout the day, live music, community traditions like the dog parade, and, of course, the fireworks later that evening. What I like about the Moraga celebration is that it really feels like a hometown event. It's not trying to compete with the big city celebrations. It's neighbors gathering in a park, kids running around with friends, lawn chairs everywhere, and people settling in for a long summer evening. Also happening on Saturday afternoon is a screening of Disney's The Sword in the Stone at the Orinda Theater. If you've got younger kids or just want a break from the heat in a beautiful historic theater, that's a fun option before heading back outside for the evening festivities. One thing worth calling out this week is just how many community traditions are packed into a single day. The Orinda Parade, the Moraga Dog Parade, families setting up lawn chairs at the Commons, neighbors running into neighbors they haven't seen in months. These aren't huge regional events that draw thousands of people from all over the Bay Area. They're local traditions that still feel very much like they're for the community itself. And honestly, that's part of what makes them special. A few quick hits before we wrap up. The Moraga Farmers Market is back on Sunday morning if you need to restock after the holiday weekend. Headlands Brewing has live music Sunday afternoon, which is a nice low-key way to ease into the second half of the weekend. And if you're feeling competitive, Trivia Night returns to Canyon Club Brewery on Tuesday. That's it for this week. Whether you're watching the parade in Orinda, finding a spot on the lawn in Moraga, or just meeting friends for food trucks and live music, I hope you find a reason to get out and enjoy the community this weekend. If you'd like the full list of events, local news, and recommendations delivered to your inbox every Thursday, you can subscribe to Lamorinda Life. Have a great 4th of July weekend, and I'll talk to you next week.